Hailey Bieber and her young son, Jack Blues Bieber, just created one of the most unforgettable, emotional, and talked about moments of Coachella 2026. And at the center of it all was Justin Bieber, stepping into a brand new era of his career in a way no one quite expected. On April 11th, 2026, in the middle of the desert at the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival, Justin Bieber officially headlined the iconic event for the very first time. For an artist who has spent over a decade dominating charts, breaking records, and constantly evolving, this wasn't just another performance. This was a defining moment. A moment that blended his past, his present, and his future, all unfolding live in front of thousands in the crowd and millions watching around the world. But what truly made this night unforgettable wasn't just the music, it was who was watching him. Standing in the crowd, glowing with pride and emotion, was Hailey Bieber. And in her arms, or right beside her, depending on the moment, was their son, Jack Blues Bieber, making a rare and heart-melting appearance that instantly captured the internet's attention. Fans quickly picked up on the moment. Videos began circulating almost instantly. Hailey smiling, swaying to the music, completely immersed. Baby Jack, tiny but already part of one of the biggest nights of his father's life. It wasn't staged, it wasn't overly polished. It felt real. And that's exactly why it hit so hard. Because for years, people have followed Justin Bieber's journey, from a teenage sensation discovered on YouTube to global pop icon, to someone who has openly struggled with fame, pressure, and personal challenges. And now, here he was, on one of the biggest stages in the world, not just as an artist, but as a husband and a father. And then came the moment that changed everything. In the middle of his set, Justin slowed things down. The energy shifted. The lights softened. The noise of the massive crowd faded into something more intimate. And then, in a voice that felt both powerful and deeply personal, he delivered a tribute that instantly became one of the most talked about highlights of the entire festival. He sang directly to Hailey. "Hailey, babe, hallelujah." And then, without missing a beat, he added something that no one was expecting, but everyone felt. "Baby Jack, hallelujah." In that moment, the massive Coachella stage didn't feel like a festival anymore. It felt like a window into his life, a love letter, a declaration, a reminder that behind the fame, behind the headlines, behind the controversies and the spotlight, there's a real person with a real family. The crowd erupted, not just with cheers, but with emotion. People weren't just watching a performance, they were witnessing something deeply personal unfold in real time. Hailey's reaction said it all. She smiled, visibly emotional, waving back toward the stage. At one point, she blew a kiss. Fans around her cheered even louder, fully aware they were witnessing something special. And just like that, the internet exploded. Clips of the moment spread across social media within minutes. Fans called it beautiful, genuine, the most emotional Coachella moment in years. Others said it showed a completely different side of Justin, one that feels more grounded, more mature, and more connected than ever before. But as emotional as that moment was, the performance as a whole, that's where things got interesting. Because Justin Bieber didn't deliver a typical Coachella headline set. He didn't just go out there and perform hit after hit with high-energy choreography and predictable crowd-pleasing moments. Instead, he did something unexpected, something different, something that divided opinions almost instantly. At various points during the show, Justin leaned into a more stripped-down, experimental approach. He sat on a stool. He played old YouTube clips of himself. He reacted to viral moments from his early career. He blurred the line between a concert and a personal reflection. For some fans, it was brilliant. They saw it as a full-circle moment, a way for Justin to reconnect with where he started. A reminder that before the fame, before the stadiums, before the headlines, he was just a kid uploading videos online hoping someone would notice. They praised the vulnerability, the creativity, the willingness to do something different on one of the biggest stages in the world. But for others, it was confusing. Some fans expected a more traditional performance, more energy, more structure, more of the hits delivered in a familiar way. And when they didn't get that, they didn't hold back. Social media quickly filled with mixed reactions. Some people loved it, others questioned it. A few even mocked certain parts of the show. Even celebrities joined the conversation, reacting in real time. Some posts were playful, some were critical, but all of them added to the buzz that quickly turned Justin's Coachella set into one of the most talked about performances of the year. And yet, through all of it, Justin remained completely unbothered. Because this wasn't about pleasing everyone. This was about expressing where he is right now. Sources close to Justin made it clear he's in a different place in life. He's more focused on authenticity than approval, more interested in meaning than spectacle, and that's exactly what this performance reflected. And when you look at the bigger picture, it makes sense. Justin Bieber is no longer the teenager singing Baby to screaming fans. He's evolved. He's experienced life in ways that most people can't even imagine. He's faced intense public scrutiny, personal struggles, and massive expectations, and he's come out the other side with a different perspective. And now he's choosing to share that perspective on his own terms. But while the performance sparked debate, one thing remained undeniable: the family moment. Because in a world where celebrity relationships are often dissected, questioned, and sometimes even doubted, Justin and Hailey showed something that felt real. They showed partnership. They showed support. They showed what it looks like when two people stand by each other through everything and then celebrate those moments together when it all comes full circle. Hailey, in particular, played a huge role in that narrative. Throughout the weekend, she was more than just a spectator. She was Justin's biggest supporter. Whether she was dancing in the crowd, sharing moments online, or simply being present, her energy was undeniable. And after the performance, she made her feelings crystal clear. She shared posts reflecting on the moment, calling it special and emotional. She hinted at the journey it took to get there, the challenges, the growth, the behind-the-scenes reality that most people never see. And most importantly, she made it clear how proud she was. And that pride wasn't just about the performance, it was about everything it represented. Because getting to that Coachella stage wasn't just about music. It was about resilience, about growth, about navigating fame, relationships, and personal struggles while still finding a way to move forward. And now, with their son Jack becoming part of that story, it adds an entirely new layer. Because this isn't just Justin Bieber's journey anymore. It's their journey. And fans are seeing that. They're connecting with it. They're responding to it in a way that goes beyond just music. Because at the end of the day, people don't just follow celebrities for what they do, they follow them for who they are, for the moments that feel human, for the stories that feel relatable, even in the middle of a lifestyle that's anything but ordinary. And that's exactly what Coachella 2026 delivered, a performance that sparked conversation, a moment that created emotion, a family that reminded everyone what really matters, and an artist who was clearly stepping into a new chapter, one that's less about proving something to the world and more about expressing something real. Now, all eyes are on what happens next. With weekend 2 of Coachella still ahead, fans are already speculating. Will Justin change anything? Will he respond to the reactions? Will he lean even further into this new style? Or will he simply continue doing exactly what he did the first weekend, being himself unapologetically? Because if there's one thing this performance made clear, it's this: Justin Bieber is no longer performing for approval. He's performing from experience, from emotion, from a place that feels honest, even if it's not always what people expect. And honestly, that might be the most powerful version of him yet. Because trends come and go, opinions change, but authenticity, that's what lasts. And if Coachella 2026 proved anything, it's that Justin Bieber is fully stepping into that authenticity, supported by his wife, inspired by his son, and driven by a journey that continues to evolve. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.